All right, let's do it. It's time.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
All right, we're rolling. Good to see you,
Let's
sir.
go.
Here we go. When you were running for president,
Right.
and you got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. And then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
Yeah.
But there's probably no one in history that I've ever seen that's been attacked the way you've been attacked.
Bro, I am enough of a Joe Rogan head, an old school Joe Rogan head, to remember when he said there is no point of me having Donald Trump on the show. I don't want him on the show. There's no point. And Texas Joe, being as Facebook brain broken as he is, jumps right out the gate with the look under the table. They took the ballots out from underneath the table. They're stuffing it.
2,000 mules.
They did a poll. They had Mitt Romney, and somehow they put me in a poll, and I blew everybody away. I blew him away, which isn't that hard, frankly.
Okay, if somebody wants to make a bingo card for this so we can have a little fun with it, somebody wants to make a bingo card, let me know what you make afterwards.
Versus, like, did you have any ideas of what it was going to be like, and what was different?
Well, I was always involved in politics, but usually from the standpoint of a donor. I was a donor. You know, I was a big donor. I gave money to politicians. I enjoyed politics.
Mostly Democrats, right?
Both, really, pretty much both. I have actually pictures of Ronald Reagan and me when I was very young.
You were a Democrat until, like, what year?
I was a Democrat. I could get you the exact, but the early 90s. The early 90s. I switched over eventually. Actually,
We got a bingo card ready? Let's go. What do we got? P-tape, throwing Vance under the bus, relationship with Joe Biden, germaphobe, actually good question from Rogan. They're eating the pets, Palestinian as a slur, daughter is so hot, Kamala's Marxist father, Cats musical, McDonald's Make-A-Wish experience. Ukraine wouldn't have happened. Bernie was cheated. WWE, UFC, no one leaves my rallies. Obama put kids in cages. Exercise is bad. Body is a battery. January 6-2. Rogan asks about UFOs. No tax on tips. Bing bong. Trump, I don't do drugs. Phantom of the Opera. Confusing his sons. Oh, that's great.
So it was really somebody that not only was new to Washington, but was new to politics. So in the office of the presidency, over the years, all those presidents, you've had 92% were politicians and 8% were...
I have a question. When Trump and Kamala stream on Twitch, Kamala gets like 1K viewers and Trump has like 5 to 10K views. You think that says something that about young people or just stupid? No, I think it's just wandering because it's in emote only mode. I'm gonna be 100% with you. A lot of them are like Hasanabi heads. A lot of them are like the most plugged in Hasanabi heads watching.
You pick a business guy, and they've never been vetted at all, and they're, the head of a big company or something, but they've never been vetted. You know nothing about his personal life. You know nothing about where he's been. When you put him in, it's a little bit dangerous because all of a sudden they get checked up, and you hear things that you're saying, wow, this is not going to work out too well. So it's very dangerous. Picking people that are outside of politics is somewhat dangerous.
So yeah, which is why we let the Federalist Society pick, our court positions, which is why we let the Heritage Foundation pick all of our appointees. Yeah, I don't know these people. I don't trust them. Just gonna let the Heritage Foundation pick them for me.
Kind of stuck in a position we have to pick established people. And then the problem with established people is established people are already indoctrinated into the system.
And they're stiffs in many cases.
Stiffs.
They're survivors. I find that,
What do you mean by stiffs? When you say stiffs?
a stiff, they don't have nothing. They have nothing. Or
They got no riz.
they're smart and survive. One little thing. So there was a congressman years before I ran, and I was very close to him. And I needed a license on something, and he was very important in getting the license. But it was a little bit controversial, the license, this particular thing that was being licensed. But I was close to this guy and helped him and everything else. And I went to him, I said, I'd like to have your help. And he said, let me take a look at it. I said, ooh, that's not too good. But I really hope you're going to help. And anyway, he tapped me along for a long period of time and ultimately didn't do it. And I said, you are a stiff. You could have done this thing so easy, etc. But it was controversial. He was in Congress for many years, like 28 years. And there's a reason when somebody's there for 28 years, you got to be sort of smart.
Right.
Okay, wait. Who is he talking about? Who is he talking about? I feel like I know who he's referencing. I feel like I know who he is. This sounds illegal. Well, what he's describing is he's talking to an established politician about like how to, do anything in his administration, and the guy's like, okay, well, here are the processes for us to go through with doing that. And Trump's like, no, you could just do it. Just do it. Don't worry about the legal process. Yeah, he's talking about Mike from PA. It might be Mike Pompeo.
The biggest mistake I made was I picked some people. I picked some great people, but you don't think about that. I picked some people that I shouldn't have picked. I picked a few people that I shouldn't have picked. And
Neocons?
yeah, neocons or bad people or disloyal people or
People that were just
people
bad.
that were into the
You
people
got
that,
bad advice.
Yeah, you're reading about him a little bit today. A guy like Kelly, who was a bully, but a weak person.
He was
more about
bullying
bullies
me.
than anybody probably around, because you deal in a certain sport where the bullies are exposed very quickly.
Yeah.
But
He was bullying me. I was trying to talk about my favorite comic book hero, Captain Hitler, and he kept saying, no, Hitler was bad. And I'm like, no, he's my favorite.
I'm for having countries pay us billions and billions and trillions even dollars. I took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. Nobody took in 10 cents, not one other president. I do things that make it the answer. Could you imagine them doing that for
We can
me?
show it if you want people to see it. Can we
Go
show
ahead.
it? No?
Sure.
We get in trouble, we'll get copyright strike? Okay. Listen, anyone
I'll
can find
indemnify
it,
you.
but it's drastic. But what was interesting was the other full version.
How many lines of Sudafed did he do before this? He needs more ephedrine. He needs more, okay? I know Joe has a bottle of smelling salts on that table right now. I've seen him crack it open on different episodes. Crack that bitch open.
And we have idiots that are negotiating for us. We have a guy that doesn't make it past 4 o'clock, and it's not because of age. They ought to. I know so many guys in their late 80s, and they're better than. I said to one guy the other day, I think you're smarter than you were 25 years ago. I've known him a long time. He's 89 years old. He's sharp he's great.
War?
Biden
You mean
gives-
war? Yes, he means nuclear heat death. When he says that, he means like we're gonna have a nuclear holocaust. That's what he means. But he thinks he's clever.
Yeah, what is happening with the whales? I've read about this.
Well, they say that the wind drives them crazy. It's a vibration because you have those.
Right.
Those things are 50-story buildings. Some of them.
right, and they're
50.
super sensitive to vibrations
They have
and
those.
sounds.
The wind is rushing. The things are blowing. It's a vibration, and it makes noise. You know what it is? I want to be a whale psychiatrist. It drives.
What? What? Wait, what?
Vibrations
They have
and
those.
sounds.
The wind is rushing. The things are blowing. It's a vibration, and it makes noise. You know what it is? I want to be a whale psychiatrist. It drives the whales freaking crazy.
Oh my god, dude, he's insane. He's crazy. I want to be a whale psychiatrist. I want to ask them what their relationship in the pod is like, and I want them to be like, that's how it's gonna go. And I'll be like, wow, that must have been really hard. I am mentally spent. I think this has been like a fun little, chill Saturday. Just watching this insanity.